Hi everyone, Joe Kehrig with your San Ramon Valley neighborhood update for the week of November 28th. One of the things we want to talk about today is inventory. Everyone's talking about there's so much more inventory, the market is kind of tanking. Well, I'm going to tell you right now that there really isn't that much more inventory, but we're just comparing it to 2021, which was an absolute nuts period that threw everything out of whack. So let's go back and let's really look at where we are in inventory as far as supply and demand, because as I mentioned before, if you were to drop me in to San Ramon Valley right now, and I hadn't been here for 3 years, and I basically compared it to where we were 3 or 4 years ago, I would tell you that it's a seller's market, that there's not near as much inventory as there is demand. So let's take a look. So the deep dive inventory update. As the rapid run-up in rates reshape the housing market dynamics this fall, both buyers and sellers are taking a step back to recalibrate their plans. Home shoppers are looking for a monthly mortgage payment that is roughly $1,000 higher than at this time last year, and incomes are rising, but not by that much. And remember, this is this is from the chief economist from Realtor.com. This is a national thing. If you looked at it here, as we talked about in previous weeks, we were probably up $4,000 a month in payments, because of the price of our homes, which means you have to make $10,000 more a month or $120,000 more a year just to afford the same home when interest rates were 3 now comparatively to 7. So look at the home activity for the sales rising, but still below the pre-pandemic level. You look at the yellow, which is 2022, and look at the inventory. Now, when you look at the green 2021, you can see that it's lower. And it's 33% year over year higher right now. But look at it compared to 2017, 18, and 19, how much less inventory there is on the market comparatively right now. So we're right about where 2020 was, but obviously then at the end of 2020 it started dropping, and then it got us to a point where you see the green where it was 33% lower in inventory than it is now, but we're still a lot less inventory than we were just a few years ago. Despite this improvement in the number of homes actively for sale, active listings still lag behind the pre-pandemic levels. The number of homes actively for sale in October was 40% lower than the pre-pandemic level in 2017 through 19. So in other words, yeah, we're 33% less inventory than we were a year ago, but we're still 40% than what we were in 2017 and 18 and 19. So new listings, a measure of sellers putting their homes up for sale, were down again, dropping 13% from a year ago. Well, how does that work? People go, well, there's either so much more inventory, and that this week marks a 16th straight week of year-over-year declines in the number of new listings coming up for sale. So people go, God, there's so many homes on the market right now. Well, not really, because when you look at the next slide, what you'll see is that the new listings coming on are way below what they were even in 2021, 20, 19, 18, and 17. So there's less listings coming on than there has been the last 5 years. And this is why, when you look at this graph, it says homes actively for sale continue to increase, but not due to new listings. So the green bars show you that new listings are going down, but inventory is going up for one reason. The pending sales are not keeping up with the active listings. So it's not a matter of all these new listings coming on. It's a matter of the pending sales not happening. So obviously inventory is growing. But again, as we talked about, we're still far below inventory levels that we were in 2017, 18, 19. 53% lower than what we were back just a few years ago, even though it's basically 33% more than it was in last year, still way below what we would consider, i.e. kind of a normal market, which we haven't seen since like 2018 or 19. So look at the housing supply is still historically low. So you look at 2019, we are 36% less inventory than we were in 2019. In 2020, for the same week, we're a little 8.5% higher. Then obviously we're 43% higher right now than we were last year. Again, 2021 was just, you can't really compare to that because that was just like an oddball, year compared to what we would consider normal. And you can see there's still a gap between demand and supply because we're underbuilding for so many years. So we had talked about this before. Over the last 14 years, after 2008, when the home builders got decimated in the recession, they've been building 400,000 to 500,000 homes less than they were from 1980 all the way to 2008. So literally over the last 14 years, we've underbuilt like close to 6 million homes. And they say overall we're 7 million homes short of where we should be. So, what it says, buyers are still out there and willing to buy when they find the right home at the right price, which will provide a floor for the price declines we are currently seeing. But sellers need to do the right things to attract the attention of the buyers. And this is what we're telling our sellers. And if you're thinking about selling, reach out, because here's what you have to do. You have to price it right. We talked about it before where you can't price it high. It's more transparent pricing. If you think your home's worth $1.5 million, you can't price it at $1.6 million. You have to price it at $1.499 and it will sell if you prep the home. Every home that we sell, literally we were out there at a home yesterday and we met 7 different contractors out at the home to get the home ready, knowing that if we spent $30,000, we could get an extra $100,000. So if you are thinking about putting your home on the market but not quite sure, reach out to us and let us sit down with you. First, look at your plan to see if the plan makes sense. And our number 2, how do we get the home sold? How do we maximize the value in your home? So again, the home price forecast, if you're looking at that, a few weeks ago, Zillow was the only one that had prices actually going down. Now Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac both show a slight decrease, I think, for 2023, but the HPES, NAR, and NBA, National Association of Realtors and Mortgage Bankers Association, still see prices going up slightly. So we know that if prices change, they might go up slightly, might go down slightly, but for the most part, things have stabilized after we had that 10 to 20% correction, for the 3 months over the summer. So let's look at the San Ramon market. Obviously, what you're going to see is inventory going down, because during this time of the year, we get in November, December, during the holidays, and less people are putting their home on the market. And that's what you see. You see active listings down. You see pending sales down a little bit, but not as much in San Ramon. Look at Danville, same type of thing. Pendings have stayed almost the same, but look at active inventory has gone down, which obviously that leans it more to be a seller's market than anything else. So as a buyer right now, I would definitely be a buyer in this market because you have less competition out there, less listings, but less competition. And again, we talk about, marrying the house and dating the rate. Go ahead and get into the lowest rate you can right now, then 2 years, refinance it. But now you can get the home without the competition I think you're going to have again when we hit the spring. The Blackhawk market inventory stayed the same and pending sales have stayed the same. That's a definition of basically a stable market. Alamo, you can see basically pending sales actually went up by 1 and active listings went down by 5. So again, if you're a seller, we just put a home on the market where the people wanted a certain dollar amount. And they said, should we wait till the spring? And we sat there and said, no, let's put it on now. Then if it doesn't sell, we'll pull it off on Christmas and we'll put it back on in January. And what it does is it gives us 2 bites of the apple. It gives us the opportunity to see if we can get their price now. And then if it doesn't work, great, we pull it off, then we put it on in the spring, and then try to get their price then. But if you're thinking about selling your home, think about why not take 2 bites of the apple. Doesn't hurt if you're going to wait till spring anyway, but try it now, see what you can do while there's not a lot of competition, and then revisit it in the spring if for some reason it doesn't sell. Dublin market, you can see pending staying about the same thing. Active properties have gone down. You see the averages. Everything's like, things are dropping down 96, 97, 95%. You're going to see things stay pretty steady from 95 to 99% of asking price. And the reason why is because things are more transparent pricing like we talked about. If it's worth $1.5 million, it's going to sell for $1.5 million. You can't sit there and put homes high hoping that sellers, a lot of times sellers will sit there and go, well, Joe, let's put it at $1.6 million. They can always offer $1.5 million. The reason you can't do that is because if they're looking at a home at $1.5 million and $1.6 million, maybe yours would sell for $1.450 million and the $1.5 million is firm. You would actually sell for less. But they don't know that. They can only go by the list price and say, okay, this one's $100,000 higher. And that's going to be their first impressions, even though they could maybe purchase your home for less than the less expensive one. So pricing out of the gate is very important. But like always, if you have any questions at all, in every house is individual, give me a call, Joe Kehrig, 925-487-6838 with the Kehrig team, or drop me an email, joe@kehrigteam.com, or visit our website to learn more about us and take a look at all of our listings out there, www.kehrigteam.com. Have a great week, and next week we're going to talk a little bit about buy downs, which how do you get a lower rate? So again, make sure you tune in, like this video, subscribe, and we'll see you next week.